sales is one of the most important stakeholders when you're in a B2B company. But wanted to also ask you about the CFO accountability function, because that's another, I don't know if you're necessarily marketing to them, but I guess you are in a way. So how do you think about that relationship in comparison to sales and all the product and so on and so forth?
The thing that I love about marketing is that we're very much a hub organization, in the sense that I think we touch every piece of the organization. And I don't think there's any strategic initiative that runs through the company that doesn't either run through marketing or marketing doesn't quarterback it. So
Mhm.
we have to have a relationship with every stakeholder group. I'd say with finance, obviously it's about driving pipeline, and it's not just about managing to a budget, but it's about showing the return on your investment and the yield and pipeline, and being data driven and being able to show marketing's impact on the business. And I think that's a great segue probably into I'm sure that the spirit of this podcast, being that it's called the data driven CMO,
Yeah.
is we have to show our value, right? And marketing, I always talk about the evolution of the CMO role, and that when it first, when the CMO role first was introduced as a C-suite role, a lot of the CMOs that were in those seats came from more brand communications types of roles, because that is what CMOs were at that time, were largely brand. And then Marketo happened, right? And
Mhm.
in the, was it the early
Yep.
2010s,
Yeah.
probably? And that changed everything, as we know. And for the first time, it was so revolutionary, because for the first time, marketers could quantify not just the value of their investment, but the tie to revenue. And so
Mhm.
that was just that created, in talk about building a category, that created a whole new wave of CMOs that were data driven revenue marketing CMOs. And so that's why you see a lot of CMOs come from demand generation backgrounds. And then I think something happened in the maybe 10 years later or so, right? Over the last maybe 5 years, 7 years, where you started to see more CMOs come from product marketing backgrounds.
Mhm.
And